you're doing in your business right now, you didn't invent it, you copied it from somewhere else. You door knock, you didn't invent that. You prospect, you didn't invent that. You run ads, you didn't invent that. Whatever you do, you do referral, you didn't invent anything, you're copying. So everyone's open to copying. What we're gonna look at is a better model to copy. I'm not selling you on copying, I'm selling you on the idea that you should copy something different and better than what you're currently copying now. Once we get that out of the way and your mindset is open to the idea that I'm just copying the model of convenience, not the best available model through research. Then the next area is skill. You could generate all the leads you want every single day, and if you don't possess the skills to convert prospects into clients and compel prospects to want to work exclusively with you, all you're doing is collecting buyers and sellers who are going to do business with the competition. That's all you're doing. Right?
Yeah.
So what are the skills in our business, and particularly with the Craig Proctor system? Our skills are the words that come out of our mouth.
Yeah.
Starting on the phone,
Yep.
and then face to face.
Yeah.
Those are our skills.
You know, I've asked other agents that weren't part of Craig Proctor, even through my own brokerage after I hire them, and I ask them about their scripts that they've been trained on, and they literally tell me it's like a notepad like this thick right here.
Yep.
And I pull out my script,
Right.
I says it's one page. How
Right.
quickly can you memorize this thing?
Well, what Craig always likes to say, and I love this, it's pretty funny, it just shows Craig's wit. He says, my script works so well, I only need one. Like, if one script works so well, why would you need dozens and dozens of scripts?
Yes.
Like, it's just one script.
Yeah.
It's called the universal callback script.
Right.
The presentation, learn the presentation, but it's a skill.
Yeah.
No one's suggesting it isn't a skill.
Yeah.
So, and what does that mean? It means you have to practice. You got to put in the time. You've got to hone your skill, like anybody would. Like, look at professional athletes. Practice.
Yeah.
You hone your skill through practicing, through studying, through working on it.
Yeah.
If you're willing to do that, though, you can really succeed.
Yeah.
I read a great quote by the late golfer Sam Snead, who said, "Practice puts brains in your muscles."
Practice put brains in your mouth.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's so
Practice
true.
puts brains in your muscles.
Right.
I love that.
Constantly have to build on that.
Right, and eventually it's like, it's not your brain, your muscles have the brain, and it just knows, well, this is second nature. This is our skill.
Yeah.
So while Sam Snead is practicing 10 hours a day, 3-foot putts, hitting, putting brains in his muscles, our practice is the words that come out of our mouth.
Yeah.
Just the perfect words that come out of our mouth that handle we're the professional, they're the amateur. We should be in a position of authority here.
Right.
But so many realtors aren't, because they don't possess those skills.
I think a lot of people just underestimate the amount of time of preparation it takes to be very successful.
Yes.
So as a coach, that's what I'm there to challenge them.
Yep.
Constantly challenging them to learn that script inside and out.
Yep.
And I push them.
And learn the presentations.
And then the presentations.
Same thing. Right.
And that's just kind of getting the process started. But once you start to master the script and you start to master that presentation, your confidence starts to go through the roof. And then like objections and challenges, they just become like second nature.
They're welcomed.
Yeah.
They're welcomed.
Right.
That's the difference between skilled and the amateur is an objection is an opportunity to look really smart. I want an objection. Because the second the objection comes out of the mouth, I can handle it immediately, professionally, and they can only be left thinking, "Wow, that's very logical."
Yeah.
You're really smart.
Yeah.
Exactly. Would you like someone smart handling the sale of your home? I assume you would.
Right.
So it's a good thing. And then the final area, and I want to see if you agree with this, is once we master copying and skills, then the next area is scalability.
Right.
Could we do those things over and over and over again and just do them more often, more frequently, just scale the whole thing, do more of it.
Right.
If we can run 3 ads to generate a few leads a day, could we run 10 ads and generate 10 times that? Right?
Yeah.
Could we just do more of everything? And the biggest challenge with that is if you're not doing it now, what you're doing is you're looking at your present situation and saying, I could never do that, because you're basing it on what you're doing now. What I'm suggesting, and what Craig has proven over and over again, is if you can copy you can generate all the prospects you want to. If you're willing to practice and learn the skills, you can convert as many to clients as you want to. And once you've mastered that and have the confidence you're talking about, then you can scale it to whatever size. You don't have to sell 500 homes, but you could. Lots of people do it. Right? I mean, we have members that do more than 500 homes. We have realtors that do more than Craig ever did in a year. That's pretty incredible.
It's amazing.
But that's not the definition of success with this system. The definition is you are in control of it. You could scale it to whatever level you want to. You know. So those are the 3 areas that I'm gonna focus on here to frame our super conference here this morning. And then we're gonna get started. We're gonna get cracking. Yeah.
So there you have it, straight from James there. We're at the Super Conference over here in Anaheim. This place is going to be jam-packed. There's actually 2 rooms like this where agents from all over the country coming down here to learn Craig's system, exactly what he says, what he does, step by step. So if you haven't been to one of these conferences, come down and check it out. It was about in 2008 is when I first attended my first super conference, and I was about $100,000 in credit card debt. I flew down to Phoenix, Arizona, basically on borrowed money, and then from there, within about 3 years, I sold 60 houses. I turned my life around. You got to come down and check out one of these conferences. I'm a big believer on how Craig delivers a message out there, how he's going to teach you how to market yourself. And it's really what it comes down to is it's the words that we use. He's going to show you exactly the words to use, what to say, how to advertise, how to create, you know, a list of buyers and sellers that are going to be compelled to use you as their agent. So if you haven't checked out one of these super conferences, come down. It's at the Anaheim and Marriott. It's starting it up right now. You do have to be registered for one of these conferences. They do have half-day seminars throughout the year, so I encourage you to. Or you can also go to craigproctor.com. Thanks for watching, and go have a great day.